Hey y'all, it's your girl Issa Nelley Beat, and I'm back with another tutorial. This is quarantine day maybe 17. I've been in the house all day for about 2 weeks. As many of you know, and some of you don't know, I'm a teacher. So with this social distancing going on, I have a lot of free time. So with this free time, I got another tutorial coming for you. So as you can see by the title, this is going to be a no eyeshadow makeup look. And as you can see by this beat face, you can still, get your beat on without eyeshadow. You don't always have to wear eyeshadow. You don't always have to wear eyeliner. So I'm going to get into this look real quick. I'm going to quit yapping. I'm going to go ahead and get into it. So here, if you would like to see how I achieve this fun, cute, flirty, no eyeshadow makeup look, keep watching. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and get into it. I'm going to show you how I achieve my no eyeshadow makeup look. So we're not going to have any eyeshadow. I might do one color just for depth, but we'll just see how it goes. So when I usually am trying to do something quick, I go without eyeshadow because eyeshadow takes me a while. I'm not even gonna lie. So what I do is I do foundation first and then I go up to my eyebrows. It is your preference. If you prefer to do eyebrows first and then do your foundation, that's all up to you. But I've noticed that I am quicker when I do foundation first. So you're gonna start off with a moisturized face. I didn't do my moisturizer yet. I just did my serum. So always start off with a clean face. Use some face wash. Hit some toner if you have it. I love this spray by Mario. It is the facial spray with aloe, herbs, and rose water. They have different types, but I like the rose water one. So spray that down and then you're gonna hit your face with moisturizer. I usually use Pond's Dry Skin. I also use the e.l.f. Self Hydrate or Super Hydrate Moisturizer. So I'm going to moisturize my face so that my skin is well prepped underneath this makeup. Skincare is always first. If you want your makeup to look flawless, you gotta make sure that you moisturize your face. Okay. Good. Alright, so I'm moisturized, and then we're going to go in with a primer. Now, different types. So I like to use my Morphe foundation primer and equalizer. It gives me a real smooth finished look. And I also have the Milk primer. Here it is. It comes in this cute little tube. This is a smaller version, but they have the bigger version of this too. But this right here is the truth. So if I'm going somewhere, I'm going to be out all day, I want my makeup to stick, I like to use this Hydro Grip Primer. It grips to your makeup real good. But I'm going to use Morphe for today. Just because I'm just going to the living room and I don't have really too much to do. So now that my face is moisturized, I'm going to do the primer. Now my skin is, I would say it's normal, but I have some dry areas along my face. So I'm just gonna rub this in, but I also get oily here and here. So I'm gonna show you a little trick to kind of handle that. And what I also like to do is I like to let my primer kind of just seep in, let my skin soak it up for the most part. So this is, it's very important to prep your skin because primer is kind of like a barrier between your makeup and your skin and your pores and stuff like that. So you just want to make sure it's all prepped, right? So I'm gonna let this sit. And what I like to do is, before I put my foundation on, I like to use this Becca Hydra Mist Set Refresh Powder. It kind of just like sets my primer in, and it kind of takes away the oil because I get really shiny up in here like a disco ball. So to eliminate some of that shine, I like to use this. So after my primer has set in for about a minute or so, not too long, you're gonna go ahead, and you don't have to do this. It's just something that I like to do so that my makeup is not super shiny by the end of the day. So I'll just dab some of this on. And I just take like a regular wedge. Doesn't have to be, you can use a beauty blender. But I just take this and I just dab it. Try to get into this crease, my laugh lines. Anywhere you will have lots of shine. Okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and pat. I probably need a little bit more. Here, 5 head, my nose, and then I'm going to kind of dust some of that off. We don't need all of it, it's a lot, so I'm going to kind of dust it off with just a face brush. Just kind of let it sit in. Foundation. Currently I'm using Too Faced Born This Way in Chai. This is what it looks like. As far as undetectable, medium to full coverage, I'll definitely agree. Definitely gives you the full coverage if you're trying to cover up some of your dark marks or hyperpigmentation. This is definitely the go-to for that. So what I like to do is I like to dab it on first, my finger, and then I just put it on my face like this. It really doesn't matter how you put foundation on, honestly. It's just whatever you prefer. But if you want something kind of light, this will be a good technique, just to dab it in the places that for sure you want foundation to go. And then you can build up on that. But I wouldn't start with too much because you don't want it to look all cakey. Alright, so I'll probably add more once everything is all blended out. But we're going to start with that for right now. And it is totally up to you, but I kind of don't put foundation under here because I'm going to go in with a color corrector concealer, and then I'm going to go in with my regular concealer. So I don't really to put a layer of foundation on my skin because it's kind of a, you know, already sensitive area on your face, so you don't really need too much product there. So I'm gonna go ahead with a bristle brush with no handle and I'm going to use this brush, and I'm also going to use Real Techniques brush to kind of blend it in. So I'm going to start off with this bristle brush, and then I'm going to go ahead and with my other brush. So I like to use some setting spray, spray my face. I kind of got this tip from Jackie Aina. So I found that that tip really helps. So I'm going to go ahead and blend it in. And I like to use this bristle brush because it kind of distributes the product. It's not dense, so it kind of distributes the product better. You are blending in your foundation and you're looking like, I look like a potato, or I just look like one color. Remember that the steps that you're going to take after that is going to help build that color back up to your face. So you may look like a monotone donut or a potato. That sounds funny, but you might look one color, but you're going to add that color back when you start with the next steps. So make sure you get your ear and your neck. You want to bring that product all the way down. You don't have to put product on your actual neck, but the product that is on your brush, if you bring that down, it's gonna make you look, it's gonna be better. I'm gonna just say that because it's kind of my pet peeve. It looks unfinished. It doesn't give you that full finished that's that with my bristle. I kind of overdid it with that, but I'm gonna go in with my Expert face brush by Real Techniques, and I'm just gonna kind of like pat it just to lock it in place. And that setting powder, sorry, that setting spray is gonna help with locking your foundation in. So just gonna pat. Good, right? So now I'm gonna take my color correcting concealer, and I like to use this Age Rewind by Maybelline. It doesn't look like this anymore, but Erase Dark Circles, I like to use this. It's kind of like a color correcting. The idea or the purpose of color corrector is to kind of tone out any dark marks that you may have on your face, any hyperpigmentation. So if you are, conscious of that and you want to get kind of like camouflage that, getting a color corrected for your face that fits your face will help you with that. Alright, so I usually just use a concealer brush to kind of just pack that product underneath my eye, kind of where the dark areas are. And you don't need a lot because, like I said, you're not using concealer, and you just don't want too much product on your face. So I'm gonna apply this underneath my eye, and then I'm gonna blend it out like so. And then I'm going to just blend it out a little bit. Make sure that it is nice and even across my eye. Okay. Good. Alright. So I use 2 different colors just for a nice blending effect. The first color I'm going to use is from Tarte. Tape Shade Contour Concealer. I know that my little baby concealer, but it does the job, right? So I'm going to go ahead and go underneath my eye here with this one, and then another concealer. I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Concealer in Fawn. I'm going to use this underneath that. Okay, it's going to give me a nice blended effect. It's not going to be too much of a contrast from my foundation color and my concealer, because this is kind of light. I'm not gonna lie, this is a little light. Alright, so just gonna hit this area here, not too far over, but it's gonna blend really nicely with my next concealer. I'm the type to do my concealer first, let it sit, and then I do my contour. Why I do that. So I let this sit for a little bit. Ready for my contour. Now I use a foundation stick. I like the Makeup Revolution foundation stick. I use this for contour. This is F16. Alright, so I just kind of figure contour out by you. You're not gonna know how you like your contour if you don't match my face together so you can see my cheeks, right? So just kind of like a natural line in your face. You kind of want to follow that. You don't want to use too much because it's just gonna get all muddy. It's gonna be hard to blend out. So you can use foundation stick. You can use whatever you want, but you want to go for a color that's darker than your foundation. It's gonna add a shadow, right? So if you know anything about colors, you know that go ahead and blend out this concealer. Now, if while you're sitting, if it's taking you a while to kind of blend out your concealer, what you can do is you can hit your face with some spray, kind of liven those juices up, and then it'll be easier for you to work your concealer if it's gotten too dry. So I'm assuming mine is a little dry. My face with some setting spray. Again, I use the Morphe setting spray, setting mist, and I'm gonna go in and blend in this concealer. When it comes to blending out my concealer, it's whatever brush I pick up, honestly. I like to use this one by the Crayon Case, this dual-sided brush. I like to use this side. Sometimes I use a sponge. It's whatever I can get my hands on. Or sometimes I use the actual setting brush, this one. So I have several of these, but sometimes I use this brush. Sometimes I use this brush. I'm going to use this brush today. So I'm going to blend out that concealer using patting motions. And when you get into this area, remember where you brought your contour up? It's going to blend effortlessly. That's why you pull that color up. Okay? Remember when you contour here? It's multi-purpose, so I can either use this out for foundation or concealer. And like I said, if it got too dry sitting there, you can kind of wet it a little bit with some setting spray. Bring that deal to the contour. Now, don't worry if you are like, I can still see where I put my contour, I can still see where I put my concealer. You're going to blend all of that out, and I'm going to show you the brush that I love to do that with. It is perfect for blending. And you're going to spend some time blending. So if you don't have time to blend, you might as well not do your makeup, because there's no purpose. You don't have time to blend your out, don't even waste your time, sis. Now, the next step is locking in the concealer. You don't want your concealer sliding all off your face, especially if you have somewhere to be. You don't want to worry about that. So, what I like to use to lock in my concealer and my contour, I use the Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in medium deep. Looks like this, and I like to use this for locking in and setting my concealer. And I also use the contour notebook by the Crayon Case. Alright, so I use a sponge, the same white sponge. I'm going to use that. Now, as far as baking, I bake a little bit. I'm not going to say I don't bake, but I only been on it for a long time. People have different techniques for baking, and I'm still learning them. So this is what I do when I apply my setting powder. So I go underneath my eye, and I kind of like press in the powder, because like I said, you don't want your concealer You don't want it sliding off your face, especially if it's hot, you sweat. It's not a good look, sis. So I press it in, and I kind of just like build off of that powder. So whatever is kind of like on top of my skin, that's going to be the powder that bakes, I guess. Okay. Now, if you're ever wondering, how does they get that snatch contour? It's all about the setting powder, sweetie. So you just place it right under here, and you just get that that snatchtivity. I don't know if that's a word. It's probably not, but that's how you get it. What is up? Ooh. Okay. Might be looking real crazy right now, but a second will be baby. So anywhere you've placed that concealer, you need to set it with powder. Okay, concealer set. I'm gonna go with this and set my contour. Okay, so in my contour palette, I like to use this color. Just dab it on, tap that excess off, and in a kind of like a brushing motion, you're going to hit all of the places where you contoured your face. So that's along your forehead, the temples, right here in this contour area in your cheeks, on your jaw, and your nose. And as you can see, it's kind of picking up that powder from my setting powder. So you want to do it in a motion like this, so you can kind of dust away some of that excess powder. Right along the jaw. And if you still see setting powder, you're gonna brush it off too. So okay, so everything is set. Now I like to use a fluffy brush to brush off the excess setting powder. Then I like to go in with bronzer to kind of bring some more, warmth to my face. And then we're gonna do blush and the best part, highlighter. Right? So I like to use the Milani Baked Bronzer in Soleil. You can get this at any drugstore. Milani is a drugstore product. And I like to use a buffer brush. And I buff the product. So I'm going to go in and kind of dust some of this excess setting powder off. This is the Judy brush by Okay. So now I'm going to go in with my baked bronzer, and I'm going to go in with this Instapop face brush. I know I said buffer brush, but I'm going to try it with this. I love this brush. It literally gives your face a pop. So just to get some of that excess setting powder off so you're not all white underneath your eyes, I'm going to go ahead with this Instapop brush with my bronzer, and I am going to blend, honey. The word of the day is blend. Blend. That's the word of the day. Blend. Something so. I'm gonna go in, let that sit. So Before we do our blush and highlight, I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows. I don't know why I do it in this order, but that's just how I do them. So before I do my eyebrows, you guys know I like to go with Becca primer and setting just to give them a matte finish look. So if you need a detailed tutorial on how I do my brows, go ahead and check out my tutorial. I've done a brow tutorial. It's a Nelley bead. So go ahead and check that out if you need a detailed tutorial, because I'm gonna go a little fast. All right, so like I said, I use the Becca mattifying primer. I use 2 different eye pencils. You don't have to use 2. You can use 1. It's not that big of a deal, but that's just what I do. So I start by using my primer. I put it on the back of my hand just to kind of warm it up, because this is a mattifying primer, so it's gonna work a little bit differently than like a regular, you know, hydrating primer. So I do this so that my eyebrows are matte, and before like I started using this technique, my eyebrows will be gone by the end of the day. So this kind of helps them matte, give me the matte finish look, and they last longer. So I just dab this product. You don't want to rub this product at all, because you're gonna get like little beads of the product, and then it's gonna get all grainy and stuff. So no, so you just pat it on there. You don't need too much, and then you're gonna brush it in with your spoolie like this. Okay, kind of want to just brush them straight. And then if you need to touch up your